On behalf of the American Legion Community Band and our sponsors, the Giles B. Cook Post 53 of the American Legion, and on behalf of our co-sponsors for this evening's concert, the Blue Ridge Arts Council, welcome to the Community Band's Memorial Day concert. Our conductor for this evening's concert will be Mark Malechek. I'm John Vance. Chris Fries will also be helping with the narration this evening. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you are able, please rise for the playing of the national anthem. And as far as I'm concerned, if you feel like singing, that's okay too. The American Legion Community Band will open the concert this evening with an outstanding setting of the triumphant theme from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. This is James Kerno's fanfare prelude on An Ode to Joy.
Our next reverent medley presents the hymns of the major branches of the United States Armed Forces and includes Eternal Father, Strong to Save, or Eternal Father, Lord of Hosts, which are the hymns of the United States Navy and the Coast Guard. Lord, guard and guide the men who fly, the hymn of the United States Air Force. From the halls of Montezuma, the hymn of the United States Marines. And God of our Fathers, the hymn of the United States Army. This next selection is Douglas E. Wagner's To Reap the Blessings of Freedom. This evening we are privileged to welcome a special guest to speak with us about Memorial Day. Lalit Piplani is a retired U.S. Army Signal Corps officer and a graduate of the U.S. Army War College. Pip is the Sergeant at Arms for our sponsors, the Giles B. Cook American Legion Post 53. Please welcome warmly, Pip Piplani.
gonna have to lower this a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, why are we here? We're here because it's Memorial Day, a day that we honor those who passed in battle. It was formerly known as Decoration Day and wasn't designated as Memorial Day until 1966 under Lyndon Johnson, president, and wasn't recognized as a national holiday until 1971. Previous to that, it had been established during after the Civil War, in the years following the Civil War, when people started to visit memorials and they stood up graveyards because of the number of people who died. 600,000 to 750,000, and that's not counting the civilians who passed away. There are many ways to celebrate Memorial Day, and people join their families, people get together and start driving. It's unofficially the start of summer. So grill an awesome steak, drink a beer, but don't forget to hoist one in honor of those who gave up their tomorrows so that we can have ours. A lot of people wear a red poppy. Why a red poppy? I'm going to read a poem that was penned by a World War I Canadian doctor who was killed in battle during World War I. In Flanders Field, the poppies blow. Now you see the significance of the red poppy. Between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly. Scarce heard amid the guns below, we are the dead. Short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunsets glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Field. Take up our quarrel with our foe. To you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies flow, poppies grow in Flanders Field. There are several things not to do on Memorial Day. You don't wish anybody, anyone, a happy Memorial Day. It's a Memorial Day. It is a day of remembrance. It's a day of sorrow for those who have passed. Don't wish the current troops not for this day. They're alive, thank God. Their day is Veterans Day. Don't forget that it exists, nor why. That their lives, that they gave their lives for their fellow man so that they may have liberty and freedom. Don't forget the POWs and MIAs. They may be gone, but they are never forgotten. No matter your politics, don't let it get in the way. This is a day of remembrance. regardless of your politics. Remember Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan? Remember him grabbing Private Ryan's lapel and with his dying breath saying, "Earn this"? What was he meaning? What did he mean? He meant, be worthy of all this sacrifice around you. Live a good life. Live a decent life. Be one of good character. Senator Kennedy of Louisiana said it best. Those who haven't visited Arlington Cemetery should go. Those who have visited should go again. It gives you thousands of reasons to stand your ass up for the national anthem. God bless America, and God bless those who gave the ultimate sacrifice.
Thank you, Pip. Our next selection is a tribute to the generations of American servicemen and women buried at Arlington National Cemetery. Their selfless service and sacrifice in the defense of our country and way of life has made them all giants as they find their eternal rest. This piece opens with a musical portrait of the cemetery. When you see it, you are struck by its simple beauty and the sheer weight it represents. Trumpet statements in the piece represent the sound of bugles, which are heard there daily. Arlington is also a quiet garden, a place of reflection. One of the most moving sights at Arlington is when thousands of American flags have been placed before the gravestones for Memorial Day each year. Seeing this brings to mind the familiar song, "My Country 'Tis of Thee," and the lyric, "Sweet Land of Liberty," which is the core of the service and sacrifice of our servicemen and women. Often our nation's military bands can be heard in procession, playing the proud, powerful hymn, "God of Our Fathers," reminding us of the courage, strength, and sacrifice of the giants that lie sleeping at Arlington. The composer of this next work is Paul Murtha, who served as Chief Arranger of the United States Military Academy at West Point, New York, and then as Chief Arranger of the United States Army Band called Pershing's Own in Washington, D.C. The community band will now present Arlington, where giants lie sleeping.
Inspired by a visit to a Union Army camp during the American Civil War, Julia Ward Howe wrote the famous poem Battle Hymn of the Republic. Her poem immediately received great popularity as a song of the Civil War when William Steff put this poem to music. Jay Outhouse and Mark Williams have given us an emotional and an electrifying arrangement for band of this classic piece of American music. Here is their arrangement of Battle Hymn of the Republic. Sometimes called the Pied Piper of Patriotism, John Philip Sousa was inspired to title our next march, the Liberty Bell, by 3 events. First, Sousa and his manager seeing a huge painting of the Liberty Bell during a show in Chicago. Second, a letter from Sousa's wife the next morning telling him how their son had marched in a Philadelphia parade honoring the Liberty Bell. And third, Sousa's unashamed patriotism, which predisposed him toward any title with a nationalistic ring. The community band's next selection is a march from John Philip Sousa entitled The Liberty Bell.
Our next selection is a rollicking medley of 4 popular contrasting Western movie themes. Paint Your Wagon was originally a Broadway musical that made it to the big screen in 1969. The music and lyrics were written by the well-known creative duo of Alan Lerner and Frederick Lowe. I'm On My Way is the opening song from that production. Next, spaghetti westerns were all the rage in the 1960s and gave rise to the career of Clint Eastwood. A talented composer named Ennio Morricone wrote many of the scores for these films. Probably his most well-known was the main title to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Also, released in 1974, Blazing Saddles is still considered one of the most funny movies ever made. Interestingly, writer, director, and actor Mel Brooks also co-wrote the main title of these. One of the most iconic movie themes ever written is the brilliant main title to The Magnificent Seven. Composed by film scoremaster Elmer Bernstein almost 60 years ago, this timeless piece is still heard everywhere. The community band's next selection is Michael Story's Best of the West. From the Steven Spielberg motion picture Midway about the great naval battle, a turning point in the Pacific during World War II, John Williams created one of the most riveting and powerful marches the silver screen has ever seen. This is an arrangement by John Moss of Midway March. This Motown tune from the Four Tops was originally a #1 hit in 1966, and it is back on the charts courtesy of a new recording by Michael McDonald. Here it is, Ted Rickett's arrangement of Reach Out, I'll Be There. Led Zeppelin. Our next song is arguably the all-time best-known creation from this stunning supergroup. Stairway to Heaven was voted number 3 in 2000 by VH1 on their list of the 100 greatest rock songs. It is the most requested and played song on FM radio stations in the United States. The community band's next selection is an arrangement by Roy Philippe of Led Zeppelin's greatest hit, Stairway to Heaven. Catherine Lee Bates was inspired to write the poem America the Beautiful when, while on vacation trip in 1893, she first saw the view from the top of Pikes Peak. Samuel Augustus Ward put her poem to music, and the song was actually almost chosen as the national anthem instead of the Star-Spangled Banner. The Carmen Dragon arrangement of America the Beautiful is one of the most famous settings of this patriotic song. This is America the Beautiful.
Community Band has been very fortunate to receive a tremendous amount of support since its founding. We would like to thank our sponsors, Giles B. Cook Post 53 of the American Legion, for providing financial support for the band, having spent many, many, many thousands of dollars over the years to purchase both music and equipment. Now, something most of us don't realize, to provide music for all these folks, for each song, the cost is about $400. It might even be higher than that now, I don't know. This band would not be possible without the Legion's support. So when you see a Legionnaire, first of all, thank them for their service. Secondly, thank them for making this band possible. We offer our thanks to Randolph-Macon Academy for providing the band free of charge, rehearsal facilities, the use of the band equipment, and use of some of the facilities for many of our performances. We also wish to thank Eric Rodney, the owner of Shin Valley Web Hosting, for providing web space free of charge for the band's internet web page. Now, if you have not visited the web page, which contains performance schedules, photographs, sound clips, and a tremendous amount of other information, we invite you to visit the webpage at www.alcband.org. The Community Band is always looking for new members. If you would like to join us, please speak with one of the members this evening. Now, and I would be terribly remiss if I didn't say something about this incredible audience. I haven't seen this many people on this lawn in a very long time. Okay, so thank you all. Thank you all. Our final selection this evening is dedicated to the brave soldiers, sailors, and airmen in our armed forces who currently serve or have served, and especially to those who have given their lives defending the freedom we so strongly cherish. And now, this is our national march from John Philip Sousa. This is the Stars and Stripes Forever. County American Legion Community Band. Correct me if I'm wrong, the next concert is here on Thursday night, June 20th? 23rd, okay? And of course, we will be up at the 4-H Center on July 1st. So put those two notes in your calendars. Thank you for coming. Go home safely, please.